Talking fishing, nothing but fishing for talking fishing. If it's facts about fishing that you want to know, then tune in, folks, cause this is the show. We'll show you all the right bait to use, so sit right back, you got nothing to lose. Doesn't really matter if it's trout or carp, flathead, marlin or a gummy shark. Listen to the guys and you can't go wrong. They'll be talking about fishing till the cows come home. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Season of Talking Fishing in 2017, and wow, is there some things to talk about. It's great to have you all at home back watching us, and a very big welcome to everyone who is watching via our live feed on Facebook. It's new technology. I've got no idea how it works, but apparently we're streaming live on Facebook. Onto the fishing, the kingies are here. The whiting are big. My new favourite species, the cuttlefish, are abundant. And like I said, so much to talk about. It's a packed show. Let's get on with it with a big welcome to the man who travels by kayak, Adam Ring. Welcome, Ads.
Thanks, David. It's great to be back because we didn't think come the end of last year we'd be sitting here today. But boy, has the fishing gone absolutely crazy in the summer holidays. It's exciting. We're seeing all these species and more that we haven't seen in this sort of abundance for a long, long time. It's exciting times to be a Victorian recreational fisher.
It is, and Adam's talking about Channel 31 has a lifeline the next 6 months at least. We think it'll go beyond, but that's okay. But we're here in your lounge room for about the next 3 months talking fishing. It's also a very big welcome to the man, as always, all the way from Shepparton, Stephen Victor Trelford. Welcome, Trelly.
Thanks very much, Dave. Bit of a frog in the throat, but really good to be back.
It's all right. We've done it before. Okay. We've done this all before.
Yeah, I'm going to break myself in. But yeah, as you said, there's been lots going on actually in the fishing world around Shepparton, so missed out in a heap. We probably could cover a whole show in what's been happening there in itself, but yeah, no, really good to be back.
We've just had an unbelievable summer, and I know December was a busy time, people getting ready for Christmas, but since Christmas it's just been absolutely superb. The weekend weather's been great, boys. Yep. The fish are on, like, you know, 200 boats in the heads every weekend for the kingfish. The whiting are good, the calamari are good. Trelly, up your neck of the woods, has it been as good in the bush?
Really good. We had that Blackwater event, which we probably talk about later on, but we've had a few catches within that area of the river. And a bit of bait being caught, so yeah, but around that there's been really good, some great catches of fish going on.
Has the Blackwater event gone? Like, is that all over, done with, and just back to normal?
Pretty much back to normal, but we're seeing some numbers of fish being caught. You're going to show one later on tonight. Yeah. And so it's looking really good, and the recovery is a lot quicker than what I thought it would be. So that's really good news.
Ads, isn't it great to see? There is a vibe around Port Phillip and Western Port at the moment with the fish in abundance, in good numbers, and I've got to say some of the King George whiting are big.
That's right. They are
probably the biggest I've seen in Port Phillip Bay. It's been fantastic.
Yep, and I've never seen a mood change like what we experienced post-Christmas and post-Christmas. It was a stressful 2016. I think it showed through all forms of industry, not just our own. But I tell you what, when the holidays hit, did us Victorians relax, and didn't the fish go, yeah, you know what, we'll it's been a tough 2016, let's play the game.
Boys, it's time. Let's have a look at what's being caught by the people at home. It's time for Catch of the Week.
Catch of the Week, brought to you by Shimano, providing reliable, trustworthy, quality fishing gear for your enjoyment.
Now let's have a look at some of these fish that have been caught, Ads, because it is sensational. And we're going to travel down the highway to the west of the state. It's all started already. Southern bluefin tuna, Felix Matisic, got a lovely tuna, his first one, and that's a fantastic catch in anyone's books.
That's right. Anyone think we'd recycled a few photos from last winter, but no, the sun's out.
That's it.
The swell's down, and the young fella's sitting there in his shorts with 20 odd kilos of some of the best southern bluefin tuna you'll ever see.
Another pick from down at Portland, Leah Libreri, also got a lovely southern bluefin tuna out of Portland, and these fish, Ads, they're genuine 20 kilo. They're not the 10 to 12 to 15 that you get during winter. These are genuine 20 kilo fish.
That's right. We're seeing that size class we don't get in winter, that 20 to 30 kilos. Genuine fish of that size. I'll tell you what, you can have winter Portland because summer, check it out.
If anyone's been having a look at our social media pages, you would have seen that Matt Sini from Real Time Fishing Charters got a southern bluefin tuna in the rip I was beside him when he got it, and it was just an amazing sight to see that a school had swum in the rip, and they hung around for a few days, and what a catch, and most people wouldn't have been prepared for that. I don't think Matt was either, but great to see the tuna in big numbers. Let's head inland now to a town called Mooroopna. Some people call it something different. Trelly might like to add to that, but Mark Jenkins, what a cracker Murray cod at Mooroopna.
Yep, that's right, Dave. Some people might call it Murupuna, but it could be, like you say, a spelling thing, but it's a Shepherd and Mooroopna thing. Great fish. That was actually caught in that Blackwater area that we were talking about.
Yeah.
So it just goes to prove that the fish are still there. If anyone's from up that area and saw the Blackwater event, it was a bit devastating to see the numbers of fish dead.
Yeah.
But look, there's proof.
Obviously, some survived, and there's fish in the system.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Great catch.
Let's head down to Port Albert now, and Casey Johnson got a lovely 42 centimetre King George whiting to take out, I think, the junior girls competition of the Thorpedale and District Angling Club Championships the other day, and well done to little Casey.
Yeah, well played,
42 centimetres,
nice,
better than what I've got this year.
Yeah,
I got a 41. But
I've got a 0.
Upstaged again, Dave.
No, you don't mind it when the kids get it.
Yeah,
fantastic,
that's
okay, let's keep moving along. And Summers has been absolutely on fire for land-based fishermen at night. And that's
some of the best gummies you'll ever see.
They're the best gummy sharks. Hopefully, let's just move on to. No, we're going the wrong direction, definitely. We need to go back 3 photos.
Didn't we rehearse this?
There we go. Justin Blythe, a lovely set of gummy sharks there, fishing with his mates.
You can see them.
They are nice gummies.
That's pretty awesome. If you could go down the beach and catch 4 gummies like that, you'd be able to get out of any boat.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. All right, let's back onto the King George whiting, and the middle spit has been on fire. Jed and Wyatt got out there and got some lovely King George whiting. Well done, boys.
Yep.
In Western Port, would I be right in saying it's been one of the better under the radar whiting seasons we've seen? The hype, because Port Phillip's been so much better than it has been in previous. It's almost, and not because it's been a poor season, Western Port. It's just we're also impressed with what's happening over in Port Phillip Bay. That Western Port's just doing its thing, producing.
Just ticking along.
Yep.
Old Don Newman. We're going to get a photo of Donny's whiting actually later on, but. Whiting's just been producing it, and every now and then you just get a whisper of a 50 plus centimetre out of Western Port.
Yep.
So
could be that kilo one coming up.
Could be.
Oh yeah, we're talking about that comp too later on in the show. So, but news today came out today or yesterday. I could be wrong here. It's on Fisheries Victoria Facebook, but a 58 centimetre King George whiting out of Port Phillip Bay, caught by a diary anglist. And so someone that does all the research.
So it wasn't a typo.
Oh, no, this is genuine. It's up on Fisheries Victoria's Facebook page today. It was either 55 or 58, but I think it was
either way,
58,
it was ridiculous.
So, anyway, got to keep going. My favourite species, I tell you what, is, because I've been cracking them too, is the cuttlefish. And have a look at this pair. What a beautiful pair of cuttlefish. And I've got to say, Jerry and Sky aren't bad as well. But what a beautiful pair. And Sky's just, that's a fairly heavy, can see the biceps going there for Sky. She's
Well, and congratulations to Jerry and Sky. They recently just got engaged.
They did too.
They did. Okay. So no better way to celebrate than a nice pair of cuttlefish.
With a cuddle.
Oh, yeah, cuddle. I like it. Yeah. See what you did there.
And lucky last in the rip, as I said, the kingfish are here and they're in big numbers. Now, kingfish are either on or off. And that last Saturday, I can tell you, they were off for the 150 boats are there. But Michael Buxton's been getting into them, the chairman of Future Fish Foundation, and there is 5 on the table and in the hands there. Thank you very much. Lovely yellowtail
kingfish. Had a good guide, I heard.
Yeah, you did have a good guide that day.
How'd you go, Dave? Good.
We got 7 and dropped 10.
Yeah.
But anyway,
good
the kingfish have made a big early comeback.
Early, definitely.
Yeah, I think it was probably mid-February before we really started raving about big catches last year.
Yep.
And that weekend was a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, and it was pretty big. So, if you'd like to send in a pic of your catch of the week, this is what you have to do.
If you want to be like me and have your photo on TV, email your fishing pic to info@ifish.com.au.
And coming up on Talking Fishing, product of the week, and we talk about tagging whiting for research right after this.
Talking Fishing.
We know what you'd rather be doing. We know what you've really got in mind.
We know you'd rather be out fishing, and today's the day you're gonna wear the line. 'Cause every day's a good day.
Stop wishing.
Every day's a chance to drift away. Drift away.
Every day's a good day for fishing. See you down at Tackle World today.
Product of the week, brought to you by Tackle World.
Talking fishing.
And welcome back to Talking Fishing. Product of the week. Ads, a few things that are relevant to this time of year, and there's a lot of species, but you've got some cracker things to show us.
Yeah, that's right. I thought I'd focus on the kingfish because we are in Kingfish Mania and we're seeing one of the best early season, and it sounds crazy because of how many have been caught, but it is still early season. I think for Kingies, we've got many more months of this to go, so I thought this would be highly relevant. I just wanted to show you through the stores over the summer what we've seen, the trends leading into this kingfish season. Knife jigs have obviously been one of the biggest. Trelly, get a hold of them.
Yep.
These little beauties are done by a company called Hayabusa. Now, they are a Japanese company. Still, it's been a trend forming over the last few years, but these long, slender speed jigs have definitely been getting the most out of the kingfish. And I think it's probably got more to do with the conditions that we're working with. High tide, turbulent water, you need something heavy, 150 to 200 grams being getting it done. Work these jigs insanely hard. It's tiring, but it is...
Trelly should, can I just interrupt? Trelly should be a model.
I ignored all that.
Trelly should be a model. He's sitting there trying to get the glare to the camera. You're just like a kid with a lolly, aren't you?
I know, but look at this one. This is like, you've been smoking hooch or something. Look at it. This is just, it's just psychedelic. Look, check it out. That's great.
Sorry, as I interrupt, he's just like a kid.
I might pass the next one to you, Dave. Yeah.
I've missed you, Trelly.
But work these hard because all of your action is on the retrieve, not the fall. So there you go. That's the Hayabusa Jack Eye Long, 150 and 200 grams. They do make them up to 300. So if you're going to pick an average day to go fishing in the rip, I don't know why you would, but if you do, you can get a heavier jig.
What's next?
What's next? I don't know if I should give these ones to you. I'm all worried now. These are by a relatively new company in Tice. They were launched last year for the kingfish season. These ones are called the Ringer. Long, slender, a bit like myself, Charlie.
They are, look at that.
But these have got a little bit more action on the fall than the Hayabusas we just looked at. They've got those curved sides to them, giving them a little bit of extra flutter on the fall, so you'll get action both on the retrieve and the drop. Therefore, you can downsize your weights a little bit and you don't have to work the jigs as hard. So they work very well in conjunction with the Hayabusas. Yep. Dave, this is probably your jig of choice because you don't have to work it as hard.
That's me with the hernia.
Yeah.
I like as little work as possible.
So the Entice Ringer, check it out. It's been another one. Matt Senior's been one that's been giving these a real flog and catching some really good
That's a great colour.
So,
Trelly, is there any reason you picked the clown colour?
Well, I think it was... I'll mention that shortly.
Next, now, boys, this is exciting. I want everyone to get a hold of these. Dave, you get a hold of that one. This is a Jackson Caken. Now, we're not very renowned for our top water action on the kingfish down here, as we tend to fish a lot, like I said, in that fast turbulent water inside the heads. But if you venture out offshore, there's been a lot of popularity around topwater kingfish over out west in Portland and Warrnambool, places like that, and then out towards Tamboon, Marlow, Malakuta, those offshore shallow reefs where these topwater baits come into their own. These things are something else. The finish is the best I've ever seen. They make them in 3 sizes, 180, 140 and 120 gram. I hope I've got all that right. But 3 sizes, big, medium and small. Give these things a work. They're easy. Yep. Cast them as far as you can and just wind them. Keep the rod tip high. They will snake and bounce along top like a skipping gar or a skipping sowie. It's just got kingfish written all over them, and they are one of the most beautiful lures I've ever seen. So have a look at that. Dave, I think you've got the pick of the colours there. That pilchard is just sensational with the way that you can see the light reflecting off the flank there.
And quality, second to none.
Japanese again, Japanese made, Japanese designed, but designed for our market. That sounds really strange, but it is 100% true. A Japanese company in Jackson designed this lure for our market and loved it so much they put it into their own domestic market too. So that says something. Well done to everyone who got involved in these because they're a great lure. That's the Jackson Caken. The next, I wish I could bring you a sample, but I couldn't because we're not allowed to bring anything in here that may stink. So we snuck you in, mate.
Oh, good, thanks.
Cuttlefish. Dave, I'm going to throw this one to you. I know they've got to show the little photo, so they need to keep camera on me for a couple of seconds. These have been something that, Dave, you are very quietly putting on the map because I've never caught one of these things. I've only been on a boat once when they have been caught, but they are probably the best bait for a number of species, and kingfish is one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I was wondering why you were putting a cuttlefish, a picture of me, up on Product of the Week. Now I know why, because you didn't tell me about that. So, but I've been raving for a long time that cuttlefish has got to be one of the best King George whiting baits, and it is, and very fine strips. We might talk about that in coming weeks as we do a bit of footage out on the boat.
Great.
But one of the things I also learnt is just it's an absolute dynamite kingfish bait. And so you grab a cuttlefish like that and again, we'll do some footage of this in the coming weeks. But cuttlefish don't have a full hood, if you like. Everyone's seen the bone that you get washed up on the beach, on the surf beaches. So where that bone is, when you remove that, there's no actual meat around it like a calamari would have a full circle of meat. It's just like a membrane, a very bit of thin skin, and so you've virtually got to cut that, and you end up with a flat bit of meat versus, you know, a hood or a full circular on a calamari. So, and what I've been doing is just getting that cuttlefish, and out of that size cuttlefish there, I'd get 15 baits, strip baits. So the length of the hood, cut it into strips, a size 8/0 circle, ping it through one end, so it's flapping about, and that's about probably 6-7 inches long.
It's got a beautiful, pure white flesh, unlike a calamari, yeah?
So much white. Yeah, it's like it's bleached. Yeah, whereas a calamari can be quite clear looking. Obviously, when you cook it, it goes a bit white, but that very, very white flesh, once you peel the skin off, and the skin peels off, not like a slime on a calamari, it actually peels off, and then using those strip baits for kingfish on a 10-ounce bomb, getting them down into 50 metres of water in the rip, and I'm telling you, the kingfish think they're just lollies.
And it's unreal to see this because we get carried away with lures, and the jig thing we were talking about previously is hard work, especially in 50 metres, some of the most turbulent water you'll find. It was so good. When I saw your report with Michael catching fish on bait, it doesn't get enough press because it can be just as effective as fishing these lures. And cuttlefish is one of the reasons that it's so good. So we're going to talk about cuttlefish a lot this season because it's a developing market for us. It's a developing fishery.
So many people said to me it's just a bycatch, isn't it?
It's not anymore.
They're 10 times better than calamari to eat.
Not anymore.
But they're in the bay. But the other thing is we sell them in the shops now. So you can get either baby cuttlefish whole, or you can get cuttlefish hoods that are cleaned in a vac pack. And trust me, dynamite
Give
bait.
it a crack.
You love eating them, don't you, Dave?
I love it.
And you use it for bait down the caravan park?
Yep. You idiot.
I'm going to very quickly move to the last one because we've seen this gear before, but I had to bring it in. We have noticed this season, now the kingfish seasons in Victoria, down in Port Phillip Heads, have really established itself as a season in its own. People are spending money on the best gear possible. The Game Type J, Shimano Japanese domestic market rod, Spiral X, High Power X, the best fishing rods in the world are now readily available on all good tackle store shelves, including our own, because we believe in this gear. We've matched this one up with a Twin Power saltwater.
10,000?
10,000.
Yeah.
Now, this is on a PE5 rod, I'm pretty sure. So there's a lot of models. I personally think the PE4 with a nice little Twin Power or Stellar 8000 is hard to go past. They do make it up to a PE6. If you haven't picked up one of these rods, pure and simply just to take in some of the quality that's coming off the world market, do yourself a favour and jump into Tackle World and have a good look because these are phenomenal.
I was just going to jump in there. Even with the guys up our way casting weight baits and surface lures for cod. The bait cast version of this one, in those lighter ones, they will cast as far as some of the bigger rods. Beautiful to use. So if you're out there and using a bit of freshwater,
it's just we're on a 3-camera shot there. Pass the tip over. I know we've done this in the studio before, but I can give that.
That's right.
I can give that absolute curry.
Well, here, this is an exact reason.
That's a light rod.
That's right. This is the exact reason these rods are so good. On some of the rods of lesser quality, I could be holding that rod, you'd be pulling on the tip, you'll pull me out of the chair.
Yeah.
You can't pull me out of the chair because the rod is taking all of the load. You were feeling the pressure, and I was sitting here holding a fishing rod, sitting down in a chair.
You've got to feel
holding onto it.
You've got to use one, don't you?
Please check them out. please check him out.
25 kilos of drag on the reel too.
Yeah, that's it.
Garney gearing.
And if you can hold on to that, good luck to you.
Yeah.
Just have a look. I had to bring it on again because it's just beautiful gear, and we've got a fishery down here in Victoria now in our own backyard where we can use this gear and put it to the test.
There you go. Product of the week. Some things that are really relevant. Those Kings, they'll stay around at least for the next 2 months. So
this is early.
If you haven't done it, get out because there's some sensational fishing and sensational eating to be had. Boys, let's change the subject. Old Don Newman. You remember him. Now, Don's...
Still kicking?
Yeah, he's in the planning stages of his 98th birthday party. This year, 98. And Don wrote to me the other day. Now, he's part of a tagging program that's been launched by Greg Jenkins, Dr. Greg Jenkins. Now, if you want to hear about Greg Jenkins and all these, he's the whiting expert in the world. And I know it's early stage. I haven't even got permission yet of Mornington Mazda, but we will be going down to Mornington Mazda on the 1st of March for a very, very big talk night on King George whiting. Greg Jenkins is going to be there. He's going to talk about all the science of King George whiting and the tagging program. But I'll just read a little bit of this. Don wrote to me and he goes, I'm one of several volunteers that are now tagging King George whiting for a project run by Dr. Greg Jenkins. He's trying to find out where our Western Port and Port Phillip Bay whiting are travelling to spawn. If there are any anglers who manage to catch a tag whiting, please record the tag number, the fish length and the location of capture, and preferably release the fish if it is caught in Western Port or Port Phillip Bay. And I think we've got a photo up here of tagged whiting. Now, how's this? To my surprise, this is what Don writes, to my surprise, I've recaptured and re-released 2 of the fish that I've tagged.
Oh, what?
1 week and 2 weeks after being tagged in the same locations that they were released off summers, proving that they stay in the same area at this time of the season. How's that? So
that's interesting information.
That fish with the tag in it there, he tagged that 2 weeks prior.
Yeah.
How good is that? Now, I'm trying to convince Greg Jenkins to come on the show. I don't know whether he will. He's done a lot of TV, not.
Yeah.
And but anyway, he will be at a big talk night when we organise it. Stay tuned for all those details. 1st of March, Mornington Mazda. It's going to be a big night. So interesting stuff. Fisheries and Greg works for Melbourne Uni, but interesting stuff.
Be good to see their report in length.
Yeah, definitely.
Along.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Up next, fisheries news and plenty more. Next on Talking Fishing.
Talking Fishing.
Good morning, spotters. Stephanie speaking.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Live from the studios of Channel 31 Melbourne, it's now time for some very fishy news.
Plenty of news, boys, coming up. I tell you what, there's a lot happening, and we probably won't even cover it all tonight, but anyway, got plenty of news for the next few weeks. Let's kick it off with a couple of media releases by Fisheries Victoria. And the first one is anglers celebrate record trout stocking in 2016. A record of more than 844,000 trout and salmon was stocked into Victorian waterways during 2016 to improve recreational fishing opportunities for freshwater anglers and boost participation. A wetter than average spring helped beat the previous record of 706,000. I don't know who counts them. 706,000 set in 2010. Also a year that saw drought-breaking rain fill many lakes and inland catchments. So that certainly helped, didn't it?
Yeah, and the cooler weather.
Yeah.
It's been great for
all the lakes still chock-a-block, aren't they?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Eildon, Trelly, do you know?
Yeah, no, Eildon's still, it's down, but they're still getting this rain and it's still raining up there, so it's not, the farmers aren't using the water, so it's staying up a bit.
Yeah, there you go. Went on to say most of last year's trout and salmon were 1-year-old rainbow and brown trout bred at Victoria's Fisheries Victoria's Snobs Creek hatchery, which is funded by fishing licence fees and target 1 million. Around 130,000 were younger and smaller trout stocked into waters that had quickly filled in spring, such as Murrabul Reservoir near Ballon and Lake Epilock near Bendigo. So obviously they've seen a lot of water and gone, let's get some fish in there, get them started now. And drought recovery stocking opportunities have played a key part in boosting the numbers as well, particularly in Western Victoria at Lakes Bolac, greenhill, deep, elingamite, burrumbeet, and tuliraruk. So there you go. Flooded lake margins kick-start productive aquatic systems and provide ideal conditions for fast-growing rainbow trout with world-class growth rates anticipated in several waters over the next 12 to 18 months. So
there
we've
you
got
go.
some good fishing.
So those few people that wrote in over the course of the fisheries midway through their native stocking program, they haven't forgotten about trout. Don't you worry about that.
That's pretty good. Next one, Victoria's game fishing heats up over summer. Very, very good too. Game fishing Victoria has lots to offer recreational anglers this summer, whether they be wetting a line in the east at Malakuta, in the west at Portland, or closer to Melbourne at the entrance to Port Phillip Bay, as many people have been doing. Acting Executive Director of Fisheries Dallas De Silva said offshore waters are home to yellowtail kingfish, southern bluefin tuna, albacore, dolphinfish, thresher and mako sharks, and even striped and blue marlin.
There you go.
The boys will be getting down off Lake's entrance not too far away, I don't think. Yellowtail kingfish populations have rebounded strongly since 2010, and they are now regularly caught at the entrance to Port Phillip Bay and inshore waters right along the coast. Our understanding of yellowtail kingfish stock structure is limited for this re-emerging fishery, which is why we are undertaking a 2-year study funded by recreational fishing licence fee. So Corey Green's doing that work. We might try and get Corey in before the end of our little season this year and just talk about that kingfish science. Yeah, because I think he's wanting to tag a few and track them by satellites and all that sort of stuff. Went on to say the media release some yellowtail kingfish will also be electronically tagged to better understand the movement patterns and how their travels correlate to water depth and temperature. To date, around 300 kingfish frames have been donated by volunteer anglers to project leader Dr. Corey Green, based at Queenscliff, with our science team. So there you go, yellowtail kingfish, all good. Another quick one, Harriet Shing, the MP, local MP from Eastern Victoria, writes in a media release, the Snowy River at McKillop's Bridge was recently stocked with 40,000 Australian bass fingerlings to improve freshwater fishing opportunities for recreational anglers. Member for Eastern Victoria, Harriet Shing, said the fish helped set a new stocking record for the species of 162,000 in 1 year, having been sourced from a private hatchery interstate that had grown extra this season.
There you go.
Record,
trout, tick, bass, tick.
Breaking records.
Tick.
How good's this? Went on to say the 40,000 bass fingerlings complement 122,000 stocked earlier in the month into 17 waters, including McAllister, Mitchell, Tambo, Thompson, Tyres, Timbara and Avon rivers, along with Lakes Glen Maggie and Blue Rock. Nearly 850,000 bass have been stocked into Gippsland rivers and lakes since 2002, and anglers are telling us they are growing very well and providing great fishing opportunities. So that's all good news.
It is.
A couple of comps we just wanted to get through as well. The first one, the Thorpedale and District Angling Club. They're holding a family fishing event. It's on February the 18th and 19th. It's on at Blue Rock Dam. So get there if you want to. It's in the North Barbecue area. There is a map up on their Facebook page. Times 12 p.m. Saturday to 12 p.m. Sunday, and there's a 1 p.m. presentation on the Sunday as well. $20 per person or $30 if you sign up with membership and a brag mat. All entries to be in by 4 p.m. Saturday the 18th, and there's $200 up for the longest bass. $100 rod and reel combo for the juniors, 12 till 2 each day. There'll be food on, and that's just a great day by a great club. They're trying to do a bit of a recruitment drive, so if you want to be just a social member, you might not even live near Thorpedale and District, but you might like going there for their potatoes or something, so get down there. Oh, well, they're well known for their potatoes. Thorpedale potatoes.
They grow a good spud.
You blokes don't know about the Thorpedale potatoes?
No.
There you go. Get down to Thorpedale and District Angling Club, Blue Rock Lake, 18th and 19th of February. We'll put that up on our Facebook page tomorrow. And the next one, the 28th Annual Amateur Western Port Whiting Challenge is on in 2017, Saturday 4th and Sunday the 5th of March. Major prize is an aluminium boat with a 25 horsepower outboard and a trailer valued at over $8,000. There's a cash prize up for grabs as always, boys, and I'll tell you what, if there's ever a chance for Worsling to lose his $1,000, it's this year. The first person to weigh in a 1 kilo or larger King George whiting gets 1,000 big ones off Paul Worsing
I
personally.
reckon you'd be really chafed if you could give it away too soon. You're giving away doing the presentation, Dave.
I am doing the presentation this year,
I
so I'll be there on. I would love to get that, mate.
Right into it.
I'd have nothing. I'd have a smile. I'd be ringing him. I'd have him on the loudspeaker on the phone saying, "Paul, I'm giving away your money."
Yeah, you have to get the moths off it, but that's okay.
Yeah. So no, it's going to be a good comp. If you want to enter. WPAC, which is westernportanglingclub.com.au, I think it is. Just Google them anyway and fill out the entry form. You can also get the entry form in all good tackle shops, and you've got to be in it to win it. It's Australia's premier whiting fishing competition.
Very good.
Certainly is.
Been going 28 years.
Yeah.
Charlie, just quickly, I know we've only probably got about a minute, but just talk about Murray cod blackwater again. So what happened to all those dead fish?
Pretty much a lot of them just float and sink. But we did go out, our staff went out along with a few of the guys from the various government departments up there. We collected, I think there was over 100 Murray cod yellow belly for the odorless bone.
Oh, yeah.
Now, hopefully we'll get a bit of a result back on because, they dye them for stocked fish. Hopefully we might get a bit of a report back on what was stocked fish, perhaps what's resident fish, and with the yellow belly, migratory fish, because a lot of them are tagged. They've been known to be let go on a darling and reach Shepparton. So hopefully we get a good thing out of the blackwater, but we're catching fish there again too. So just remember that.
Very good.
Yeah.
There you go. Up next, Kramer's mailbag and plenty more. Next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
Make mine a Mornington.
G'day, David Kramer here. I'm a massive fan of the Mazda BT50, having personally driven and owned one for more than 5 years now. And to tell you what, you can't beat them for an all-round great ute and a great tow vehicle. Get into Mornington Mazda before the end of the month and grab yourself a run-out bargain. I made mine a Mornington Mazda.
Make mine a Mornington Mazda.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Plenty of mailbag. Just a reminder that the big talk night for King George Whiting, few people asking about that, 1st of March at Mornington Mazda. Hopefully Tony will say okay because I haven't asked him yet.
Just say yes, Tony.
He'll be right, won't he?
Just say yes.
Brad will be watching.
Brad'll sort it out.
Right, just ram rate it and get in there, set the seats up. They won't know any
Like
different.
everyone
We'll
else.
just sit on the cars.
Yeah. All good, boys, let's get into it. First one is from Dom.
Dom?
Yeah, Dom's got a problem with poles. Charlie might be able to help out with this. Went to Queenscliff on the 21st of January to find out the whole pier is congested with poles. Hey, not people from Poland either, because that'd be racist.
No checks?
No checks. No. But more disgusting is that this was only between a couple and a family of 5. More disgusting was that they used their own clamps to set up beside the council rod holders. I think we've got a photo of this. Look at all the poles.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
They got all the poles.
they're
They're
poles.
Italian gentleman poles.
I was wondering what you were talking about.
Yeah, no, so there's poles everywhere. By doing this, no one else can set up or go between anything. Something has to change. I got my 6 and 1 cuttlefish by casting across them in front of the poles and still got told off by them. I was set up at start of the pier. Anyway, thanks, Dom.
Yeah.
That's an entertaining photo.
Take down some short poles.
Lots of poles.
Did he actually just call them poles?
He just called them poles. That's
Well done, Dom.
what he wrote.
Well done, Dom.
They're poles.
It would have been too easy to go
The W, yeah.
But anyway, that's
That's
good.
what we call them in ship, but it's all right.
Poles.
No, the other version.
Yeah. Italian, we have a sign there, Italian
Western
gentlemen's
Oriental gentleman poles.
No, it's politically correct, Italian gentleman poles.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right, better move along. This one says, G'day, Adam and Trelly. Question for Trelly.
Yep.
It says, for many summers, I enjoyed driving over Lake Epilock, parking close to the bank and removing 20 kilos or so of carp from the lake. Due to circumstances, I didn't visit Epilock last year, but last weekend I decided to travel up there again. I was shocked to find most of the lake's been fenced off.
Yeah.
I was shocked. Oh, I read that bit. After a couple of hours driving around, why would you drive around for a couple of hours? I finally found an area that was accessible from Old Bendigo Road. Does it take a couple of hours to drive around Epilock?
We might have.
If you went around in circles.
What? You might have a slow car.
True. accessible from Old Bendigo Road. However, the shore was still fenced and I was forced to trek my gear about 60 metres from the car through the gate in the fence to an area of shore not already occupied. Why has the Water Authority fenced off access to the shore?
That is a good question. Yeah, it could come under the guise
that's a political answer.
Yeah.
Come on,
tell us what
answer.
Tell us what you really think, Charlie.
Oh,
are you going for Prime Minister Hanson's job or something?
Oh, yeah, well, I'll tell you what, she might get it yet. So, yeah. But, yeah, look, it'll go under the guise of revegetation or, look, there could be guys over there.
What happens if you want to go down the lake and have a fish? It's a fence.
Yeah, but they put up a sign, we're going to revegetate this area so you don't walk on the, on the cockle shells. But, yeah, and then... Yeah, they go into different things as far as that goes. So, yeah, it is annoying because a lot of that's public land, public access and that type of thing. So, very annoying.
There you go.
Very annoying.
All right, let's keep going. This one's from Stuart. Stuart writes, Kramer, I'm writing to see if you could point me in the right direction or could assist me in getting more rubbish bins, fish cleaning facilities throughout Victoria and Australia due to the lack of these at our boat ramps. Wherever it's the Shire or councils or fisheries in charge of this, I'm yet to determine. It appalls me that all fishermen, it's hard to read this, boaties are charged an arm and a leg to use a boat ramp with little or no facilities. I'm willing to push this as far as I can to get these amenities on every boat ramp, starting with Victoria.
Put it in the boat ramp pile.
Perhaps a petition signed by as many boaty anglers
It's a big boat.
I can find maybe a start. I look forward to any suggestions, ideas that you may be able to help me with.
It's in
Jarla pole?
Ooh.
No.
Jarla pole 2017.
But as you said, it's a lot of those controlled by different shires and councils and all that type of thing.
So Jarla's they're going to have to change the rules, aren't they?
But I think Jarla's their boss overall. Or who's in charge of who's the Premier now, David?
Daniel Andrews.
Daniel Andrews.
Yeah.
It all comes under Daniel, probably, I would say. So I'll go under Daniel pole.
Oh, you want to do a Daniel pole?
I reckon that one should go, yeah.
Yeah, we'll put
but he's right, he's dead right.
Pole.
Get that a lot.
That's a long one. I'll read. I'm just saying, this bloke's written a book.
Give us that one. You read the next one, and I'll pick out
pretty quick. You pick out those ones. Okay, because I think we've only got a minute to go. There's a lot of mailbag. I couldn't bring them all in. It was a full mailbox full. This one says, "Hello, I'm writing to you in regards to Mornington Peninsula Shire." Here we go. And the parking app. I have had a parking infringement where I attempted to pay for the park and honestly missed the final step. I appealed this infringement and it has been denied. I'm rather angry at this, as to me it was an honest mistake and I've never had any parking issues before. An honest mistake. Also to note that if you fish from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. the next day, you need to pay for 2 tickets. This is bull, and I can't say the last word.
Dust.
Bull dust. Yes. Yeah. As rec fishing, we already pay for fishing licenses and all ramps across the state. This app they use isn't the answer. Thanks for hearing my whinge from Matt. Well, it's not the first time we've heard that.
No.
And Reese write to us. I live in Melbourne. I would love to know areas within 2 hours where I could catch lots of Murray cod and yellowbelly on bait, please. So within 2 hours of Melbourne, where can you catch lots of Murray cod and yellowbelly?
On the ferry. No. Actually, Murchison's a really good spot at the moment.
Is that the best place to go to from Melbourne?
It's access is quite good around the Gambie, and spinner baits and bait that down that way. So yeah, that or the Goulburn. Oh, it's still the Goulburn, but down near Toolamba Way.
Yep,
is probably one of the better spots to go. So yeah, and if you're middle of the day, you can always go to a couple of wineries and have lunch.
Yep, Reese, there you go. Reese, good answer, Charlie. Ads, what do you got? Can you turn that into a short one?
Yep.
We've got a minute and a half.
That's right. Mark Norris, thank you for writing to David and us, but this is in regards to Commercial Fishing Corner Inlet.
Ooh.
I won't go into the ins and outs because we have got all I can suggest, Mark and Dave, back me up here or correct me if I'm wrong, get the people together and the voices make a huge difference. It's pretty well. You just need to stand up in your own area.
They need a Friends of Cryo Bay, don't they?
That's right.
Friends of Corner
That's right.
Inlet.
I wish I could give you a foolproof plan to get it done, but seriously, the more people you've got, have a voice, stand up for yourselves and make a respectful noise, and anything's possible. Just have a look what happened in Port Phillip Bay. So you've got our total support with whatever you want to do, But the best way to start is to get people together. I think it's proven in so many different political stance and things, whether it was Tolondo, whether it was Port Phillip Bay netting, get the people together and their voices will be heard. So by all means, do it respectfully. You've got our support, but it's literally what it's going to come down to. Get the people together, respectfully make your voices heard, and you never know what will happen.
Involve a couple of icon people around town, they'll follow.
That's right. Yeah. Get the locals involved.
Yep. Well-known guys that'll stand up for your rights.
Yeah. So, Mark, I apologise if we... Who's Mark? I apologise if we didn't spend as much time on that as what you were hoping, but it's a very, very complicated topic, as it always is when people's livelihoods are at risk, but get the people together.
There you go. If you'd like to write in to Kramer's Mailbag, this is what you do.
Send your mail to Kramer's Mailbag, PO Box 734, Patterson Lakes, Victoria 3197, or email kramer@ifish.com.au.
Now, are we putting that on the Daniel poll, boys?
Yeah, worth raising.
Yeah, I think so.
Daniel poll, so...
Yep.
Whew, could be a big season for Daniel Andrews.
Daniel in the hot seat.
He doesn't even know that we're starting a fire on him.
Get him in the hot seat.
Next time you have a beer with him, Dave.
Should we try and get him on?
We should.
Absolutely, yeah.
Talk about fishing?
Yeah. Well, you believe he likes his fishing?
Yeah. No, that'd be good. Boys, and we have seen a great change in Port Phillip Bay already.
We have.
King George whiting, calamari, and that for the cessation and netting. So in all seriousness, we need to do something about it. Coming up, all-important this week's hotspots next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
G'day, Callan here from Paul Worsling's Tackle World Cranbourne. Supercharged batteries have been supplying maintenance-free marine batteries since 2001. The Seamaster Gold range is second to none, delivering superior starting power and reserve capacity. No need to top up with water, truly a fit and forget battery. With up to 2 years replacement warranty, you know you have quality. Your battery is your lifeline. Without it, you're dead in the water because it's bloody hard to push start. I've got a Seamaster battery in my boat. Make yours a Seamaster Gold today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Hello, Richie Minnow here. It's now time for this week's Fishing Hotspots on Talking Fishing. Marvellous.
There you go. I've got to apologise to people. My man cold is killing me. Throat, I tell you. What a time to get a cold.
There you go. Fresh back.
Crocodile tears will be right.
I'll tell you what. Anyway, let's get on with it. Actually, no, before we get on with it, someone wrote on our Facebook page last week, he's been fishing all our hotspots and not catching a bloody thing.
Yeah, no, repeats.
Yeah, they've been repeats for 6 weeks.
That's funny, but
anyway.
Try again this week.
Yeah. God.
We'll give you a new set of 6 though.
Gotta give you the real ones this week. We should put a disclaimer on the repeat, shouldn't we? This bloke's been travelling around. Yeah, he spent weeks going on our hotspots.
Now he knows
repeats.
Now he knows.
Hey. Anyway, first one, Point Cook. Trelly, over your side, Tackle World, Geelong and Laverton. There's been some great King George whiting. If there's somewhere to go up the top end of the bay, Point Cook is the place at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been some really good reports, and I think that's pretty much, when we talk about, a direct result of the netting.
Yeah.
Yep.
An area that was worked hard.
That's right, in the shallow areas. So, yeah, no, it's some really good reports all around that side.
Yeah, very good. Point Cook. Mussels and Pippies doing the job up that
Cuttlefish.
The other one is Rosebud. If you want some lovely King George whiting, Rosebud has just been absolutely on fire. I know a couple of guys that are fishing every single day that they go out, weather permitting. They are getting King George whiting off Rosebud.
Unreal.
Just been sensational down there.
I was having a chat to a few guys this morning actually at the shop who have also been getting some big calamari off the jetty there. But
at Rosebud.
Yeah. And so they're seeing a lot of little stuff, like real little stuff, seeing them around. So a pretty healthy fishery down there.
Yeah. The Ripper's the next hotspot, of course, and this time of year, although it is a little bit early for the big numbers to be turning up, but they are there. The yellowtail kingfisher, saw that in Catch of the Week. I had a beautiful session down there, boys, a few weeks ago, and there was probably, in all honesty, 200 boats that day, and everybody got fish. It was just an amazing day.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Now, fish I got were all between 74 and 76 centimetres. They're in deep. They're in 48 to 52 metres of water, and people say, where do I go? You've got a GPS mark or whatever. No, you go where the boats are. And I've always said that about king fishing. The more boats you got, the more activity, and activity creates activity.
Especially
so
with Kingies.
if you've got 100 jigs in the water, that's just creating a frenzy, and you've got Kingies dodging them and then going, hey, I might as well have a bite at that one. And it creates the activity of that kingfish. So, and one of the beauties was, on that day, 200 boats in there. At times, your boat was 5 metres from the next boat, and everyone gets along. If that was snapper season, they'd be throwing stinkers at each other,
swearing.
But it's that thing about kingfish. Everyone, you want to be on the fish, and other people say, well, how do you not bang into them, or where do you go? What happens is as you can imagine, and sorry, my man cold. You've got 200 boats, and they're all drifting with the current, and then everyone just goes back up to the GPS mark. So you've got 200 boats, and they just keep doing this. All day long until the current gets too strong.
It would be pretty awesome drone footage on a day like that.
It would be awesome.
It would be pretty cool just watching all the boats moving in the same direction.
So if you haven't done it, and I know this Friday is just going to be exceptional down there. There's some great tides this Friday. Saturday should be pretty good as well, and I think it might blow up on Sunday.
Was it a weekday or a weekend?
It was a Saturday.
Saturday, I was going across on a Tuesday, and it was a stack of boats. I was on the ferry.
Yeah.
But there was a stack of boats on a Tuesday.
You should drop a jig on your way over.
Well, should
All right, let's keep moving on. And the capital of King George Whiting in Western Port at the moment is the top end of the middle spit. You can't go wrong up there, and some good sized fish there as well.
Yep.
On the start of the run out, so you want it as deep as possible, big fish.
Get them as they come off the top of the spit there.
Absolutely, yeah. There's some good fish.
And the average size has been up this year. I know we haven't spoken a lot about Western Port whiting, but it's as good as ever. Just give it a crack. It's just a massive whiting beak in the middle spit.
Absolutely. Let's head to the west of the state. We were talking about it earlier on in Catch of the Week, but Portland is absolutely on fire. And we saw a couple of boys from the shop at Tackle World Cram, and Dave Kennedy and Cal went down there for the Australia long weekend. And they were getting them only a couple of kilometres offshore.
So good.
And that, like I said, genuine 20, 25 kilo fish.
That's right,
And I saw they were just on spin gear. Great way to fish, and you don't have to go far, which is generally not what we're talking about with bluefin. So
that's
make the most of it.
Absolutely. Let's go to the east of the state because, and I know we talk about this one as well, but there is some cracker fishing at Lake Tyers at the moment. Now, this time last year, I got it. On Facebook you get that memory from last year.
Yeah.
We come up on Facebook. It was last weekend. Last year that you and I went down there for 3 days, and it was just sensational, and it is sensational there right now.
Dad's been bugging me. He needs to put it on your leave so we can go. So remind me. I haven't forgotten, Dad. We'll sort it out.
It's a great fishery. But anyway, there you go. There's our hot spots for the week, and there's some crackers there. We could say that there's plenty of other places, but it's just fantastic fishing, isn't it? So, so much more to talk about next week. We'll talk about, they're tagging pippies.
Pippies?
What? I want someone in here showing me how to tag a pippy. I want to know how that
I'll
works.
have a photo of it next week. They're tagging pippies for research.
Is it called a Prince Henry tag? Is it something?
Surely we're taking the mickey with the old research department now.
I don't know who's doing it, but
taking the mickey out of things, you'd have to take them out of his socks.
Yeah.
Hey, have you got shoes on tonight? I just got socks.
I'm going to relax. This is potentially our last season. I don't think it will be, but so I'm in the relaxed mode. I'm enjoying myself.
There's not two pair.
They're odd socks.
Because that's your tradition.
Yeah, no,
two pair of socks.
Only when I'm playing basketball.
Oh, they're odd socks. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, one's long and one's short.
We should get back another few. Anyway, Trelly yellow belly this time of year.
We've had some good catches in the Gambie. Bobbing small bait under the willow trees around the Gambie. Yabbies or shrimp. Run the sinker right down on top of your hook, number size 2 hook, and just gently sort of lift it up along the bottom. And a lot of times a big yellow belly will just put on a little bit of weight. Bang. So some nice yellow. And the Murray too. Similar type of method.
Would I be right in saying that Lake Eildon's been a bit quiet because of the 3 million water skis that are on it?
It's been difficult. That has been a problem, but I've heard of 3 metre fish caught over there in the last couple of weeks.
Nice.
2 on surface lures. And one, I don't know what the other one was, but some nice big fish over there.
The other place to fish, Eildon Pondage.
Oh, we've seen some nice trout. I've noticed that
coming out of there.
I've noticed that.
They're in good nick too. They're just prime. I mean, they're obviously ex-brood stock, these big ones, but
they're not rank old fish. They're prime.
They're good-looking fish.
Power bait. Or Tassie Devils?
I think more lures and stuff there. But it certainly has been fishing pretty well. So
Hazelwood opens up to the public on it's already open, but no ballot, no nothing.
No, we'll do a bit more on that next week. I know there's a lot to get through, and we're trying to rattle them off. But from 1st of March, no more ballot at Hazelwood Pondage.
Just get into it.
But I've got to say, I don't think a lot of people have been fishing it, and maybe
it's been hard.
One of the things we were saying,
the ski boat arrangement, same as Eildon.
Ski boats and. While the saltwater fishing's so good at the moment, everyone is going to their favourite destinations, getting their whiting, their gummies, their calamari, their cuttlefish, their kingfish. Excuse me.
To me, almost exciting is the barras, the Aussie bass that have come out of there as well.
But we will talk more about Barramundi over the next couple of weeks. We're talking about potentially a big event there in a couple of weeks' time.
Awesome.
And you can only wait until those barra get to 80. Like they're all still about 56, 57. Imagine when they're all 80. What it's going to be like. So, so there's so much more that we're going to talk about in the next couple of weeks.
The marlin bite's going to heat up on the east coast. Malakuta.
It's starting.
Too much going on.
Land-based calamari off the Portsea Pier is another fantastic one. So there's all these options, and we can only cover so much in a night's in a 1 hour of television. So,
but we just planned next week's show. Good job, boys. We're on fire.
We'll talk about that all. That's it for Talking Fishing. We hope you enjoyed our first show of 2017, and there's plenty more for the next 3 months. Some magic weather on the way, like I said, towards the end of the week. I'm predicting a big day on Saturday in the Rip on the Kings. Make sure whatever you do this weekend, send us your fishing pics and we'll put them up on the show. Till we see you again next Tuesday on Talking Fishing, please stay safe on the water and enjoy your fishing.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. We got all you need, just take a look. Watch those fish jump on your hook. So just relax and take your time. Enjoy the show, then drop us a line. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.